Well, this thing is almost as old as my son, and it's the Milwaukee 2725-20 string trimmer. And you can see I got the trimmer grip on this, and it's not the quick attachment system, it's just a straight standard trimmer. We're going to cover this today as a review, and at the same time, speaking of quick attachments, we just picked up the new power head. I think it's 30 something. Let's see, the new power head from Milwaukee's 301620, and this system came with the trimmer attachment head and an 8.0 Forge battery with a rapid charger, and they're running a promo right now to get the edger. Now, I've been edging my whole life with just a string trimmer. I go through a lot more string doing that, so that's why we said let's try this. I've used edgers before, I've had an edger and I end up giving it away. But I think just with the cleaner cuts using the edger, and I'm going to save the money on the string, I think it's a better investment over time, and I think it's actually going to be better for us. Currently we don't have a handle on this. We're actually going to add another trimmer grip to this too before we use it today, because I like being more upright, and that trimmer grip will keep me like here, not like this as I'm edging. And same thing with my string trimmer. But man, that string trimmer has been good to us, and we're going to talk about it, how long we've had it, and you're going to capture some footage while we're out there today mowing some lawns. So come along for the ride, enjoy the ride, and let's go have some fun, and let's talk about these two items. So for right now, we are carrying our edger and trimmer in the back of our truck. We are going to get a equipment defender rack when we have a little bit more money coming up here for our trailer and for our blower too, for the trimmers and the whackers. Or for the trimmer and the edger, and also the blower. But these trimmer grips I get on Amazon, there's a whole bunch of different brands out there, but these are pretty cost effective, and they're also aluminum and metal too as well. So they're $36. I'll leave a link in the description for this actual trimmer grip thing, but it's really worth the money, guys. You know, I've been mowing lawns now for 42 years, and I'm not talking like little lawns. I'm talking acres of land through all the years of my houses that I've been changing. So even though I just started this on the side, you know, as a company, RJM Operations, I've been mowing lawns for most of my life. I'm gonna be 48 years old, and I've been mowing lawns since I was about 6. So I got lots of years of experience in trimming and edging and everything else. Being I'm gonna be doing this now on the side and getting paid for it, and doing a lot more edging and trimming, I wanted to get these grips to keep myself upright. For $36, there's other brands out there that cost more, but for $36, these are definitely worth the money. And like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for these. I forgot the name of the brand, some funky name brand, but I'll leave the name in the description. But being it's all metal and everything, I'm happy with them so far. So it's very easy. You got this lever right here that gives you your adjustability to go up and down, and you can stick it wherever you want on your item. So I kind of just get it on there lightly first, and then I kind of make my adjustments after the fact to see where I actually want to sit. But if you do this day in and day out, every day, all day long, it's definitely, as an older person, something you want to get. And even for your house, this is a great little feature. Definitely a great add-on. Now, some people like to edge first and trim first and then mow. I've always liked to mow first, just because I like to see what I've missed to go back and get. But everybody has their own opinion on that. And, you know, there's a lot of landscaping YouTube channels out there, and everybody has their own opinion on everything, and that's nothing wrong with that, guys. You know, you do you do what you want to do, and do it how you want to do it. I'm just here to help show you a few things along the way and stuff I use. And yes, currently right now I am running the Milwaukee cordless edger and trimmer. I've been on the Milwaukee platform now for a very, very long time as far as tools, because I do electrical is my main job. So I've been on the platform for a long time, so this made sense for me to stick with Milwaukee because I have so many batteries. Now, as a professional, if you're doing 10 to 12 lawns a day, I would say if you're using the edger and the string trimmer, you're probably going to want a good at least 4 batteries and have a charger with you. You know, most of our vehicles now have plugs in the trucks to keep your batteries charged as you're driving around. And there's also a lot of power inverters out there too that you can use to charge your Milwaukee batteries. And even Milwaukee has a little power station, and you can charge a battery off it, but you're using the battery to charge a battery. But you can get multiple charges off that one battery to charge other batteries, so you can do it that way too. But I just got so many batteries that it doesn't really make a difference. You know, currently right now I only got 3 accounts besides all the other stuff I do with this company, so it's working well for me now. Now long term, if I'm starting to get into, you know, 10 to 15 lawns a day as a solo operator, I may have to go to gas. But I don't know, with the amount of batteries I have and be able to charge on the go, I think I'll be all right for now. You know, a good thing about a cordless trimmer and stuff and edger is that there's no maintenance. You know, there's no cranking that thing 10 times to get it to start if you're having problems with your carburetor or whatnot. But I think overall, you're going to be happy with the string trimmer that I'm going to review on this video. And just to get it out there now, that trimmer, that string trimmer, that 2725, I did the math when I first purchased that. I've had it for 7 years. That's a long time. How many edgers out there, gas, lasts that long? Now, I'm not on the original batteries. You know, I'm probably on a second batch of batteries because I use them at work too as well. You got to weigh the options. It probably equals out to be the same, having a couple batteries and a charger, you know, price-wise compared to gas, but I really think you're going to get more longevity out of a brushless electric motor, and the power factors there too as well. Like I said, I like to do the mowing first, then go back and do the trimming and edging, because I feel like if I trim an edge first, I'm going to miss something, then have to go back anyway and do it over again. So I use the mower first, then go back and do my trimming and edging. Everybody has their personal preference on that and reasons why they do that, but that's how we do it. I'm currently running an actual residential 30-inch Time Master from Toro. It's been working good. We have it for our property where we have some larger areas that we can't use our larger tractor, but that's what we're using for now. But as we get more accounts, we will be getting a stand-on commercial mower to do our accounts and keep this for like small areas, and it still works. So we're just using it for now, but gets the job done. All right, all the mowing's done, so now we're on to using the edger with the power head. This is our first time using it, and it's actually pretty good because when you have, like, you know, your really deep areas that are filled with mud, even though you hit them with a trimmer, this really cleans it out, and it'll be easier for us when we come back, when we just can use, maybe possibly just use the trimmer instead of using the edger every time. But at least it gives us a good clean initial cut. Even though we've done this lawn numerous times with the trimmer, this edgers are actually really working really well. It's got plenty of power. We're having no problems with any bog down. We're hitting some really deep areas here, and it's cleaning it out for us. Sometimes you go forward, sometimes you go backwards, but when we go backwards, obviously it's taking out all that dirt a little bit better instead of actually going forward and it actually, you know, keeping the dirt in our way. So it's working great so far. This is really, you can see how clean the edge is, how it's coming out even on this half circle part of the driveway here. We're following that contour and it's getting us nice and clean. So plenty of power, guys, plenty of power. You can see I still have 3 bars left on this 8.0 battery. I did a measurement with a wheel and I had almost 923 linear feet of actual edging that I took out at this particular property. So based on that, for the ones I do in the area I do, I can get at least, I would say, probably about 4 to 5 lawns, if not more, with the edger off that battery. So you can get a lot of runway with that particular edger, with that particular battery, without having to recharge or change out your batteries. Now we're on to trimming. So this trimmer itself I had for over 7 years, and I've been using it nonstop at all my properties for the longest time. And now I brought it into my side business with RJM operations. And eventually this will probably be a full-time gig. But this trimmer, guys, like I said, I've had it for over 7 years. I probably have my second set of batteries, but this trimmer, the amount of power that you get out of it for just doing lawn maintenance and not hitting anything crazy, you know, going into that larger brush. I mean, even with a 5.0 Milwaukee battery, I can get at least probably a good 1,000 linear feet, if not more, of trimming with a 5.0 battery. But right now I'm running the 6.0 battery and the 8.0 forge batteries in these pieces of equipment, and I go pretty much all day on like 3 batteries without having to change them out. The only problem I had with this trimmer so far, and it's after about 6 years, is I was having a problem with the switch. Every now and then the switch wasn't working. I'd take the battery out, put it back in, and the switch itself that turns, you know, on the power on the head itself would come back to life, I guess I could say. Then all of a sudden it just went away. So I must have had like a, you know, back connection in there. It kind of worked itself out for now. I wasn't going to take it apart and check it out. I just figure this thing's at 7 years. Once it stops working, I'm just going to get a new one, I think, at this point.
Like I said earlier on, will I ever go to gas? I don't know. I just feel like this with these brushless motors today. I think the power is there. Like I said, you don't have to do any maintenance on these things. And for just doing maintenance on lawns, I think it's definitely worth looking into. Like I said, I'm on the Milwaukee platform, so this works just great for us. And I mean, even after this one, this is after this property, I was using a 6.0 battery, and we still had 4 full bars battery left on this after doing all this trimming. Using the edger first took a lot of the power that I had to use up basically instead of using the trimmer the whole time. But with the edger, it made everything a lot better. I always go back and just double check, make sure I get all the edges nice and clean with the trimmer after I do the edging, and then I go back and I finish out with blowing. So I believe if you're a solo operator or if there's just you and one other person and you guys have like 4 batteries with a charger with you doing smaller properties, I think these will work great for you. The edger with the power head and the trimmer straight shaft by itself. And then even with the power head, you can get other attachments with it too. The hedge trimmer. They have like little brushes and everything else. So I think it'll be just fine utilizing these. I'm not going to try to persuade you to use these, but I really feel like with no maintenance and everything, you guys are really going to appreciate having these tools with you and just putting the battery in and pulling the trigger and away you go. There's no pulling, cranking, fueling, worrying about mixing gas and everything else. I think you guys are really have no problem utilizing these 2 pieces of equipment and work just great for you. Like I said, I've had that trimmer now for 7 years, and I just used the edger here with the power head the first time, and it worked flawlessly. And I still had 3 bars left on my 8.0 battery. So I think you guys are really enjoy utilizing these 2 pieces of equipment from Milwaukee and not have any issues with them long term. I think that they'll last you for a long time. You can go cheap gas trimmers and just throw them out and get new ones every year, but I don't know. I so far I'm liking the cordless setup with the brushless motors and today's cordless power equipment and also, drills and everything else. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are running these tools and drop them in the comments. Let me know if you've had experiences with these and you've had issues. Drop them in the comments so other people know. And as always, guys, be safe out there, and I'll catch you on the job. Thanks for stopping by.